Hi everyone, this is Jody McRoberts from Pulaski KY Strong Towns. I am sitting on my back step on a very muggy September afternoon in unincorporated Somerset, Kentucky. And today we're going to look at the topic of neighborhood potlucks. We're going to answer the questions, should I go to a neighborhood potluck? And also the question, should I host and or help organize a neighborhood potluck? So let's look at the first question, should I go to a neighborhood potluck? Some of you may be thinking, yeah, why not? Sure, I want to get to know my neighbors. But others of you may be like, I'm not sure. What if I don't know them? What if they're creepy or weird or strange? I'm kind of making light of this, but I've actually never been on the receiving end of receiving a potluck flyer of, hey, we're having this neighborhood potluck at our house. You want to come? But I've, opened up my home many times, both here and where we used to live in California, for neighborhood potlucks. And so I try to put myself in the shoes of what if I walked out my front door and I saw a flyer on the doorstep that said, you're invited to a neighborhood potluck, and I didn't know the name of the people, never met them, didn't know if I'd ever seen them. I thought, well, like what I did in my potluck flyer, I put my name and email address and phone number. So I thought, well, the first thing I'd probably do is I'd text the person and say, hi, hey, I heard you have a neighborhood potluck. Try to see if I get a conversation. Maybe even say, hey, could I even just drop by and say hi sometime? Because obviously if they're opening up their home for a potluck, they're hospitable people. They wouldn't mind me dropping by, I'm sure. And that would help me to know, get to know the people just a bit better before I go to their house for a potluck. So I'm just giving you that suggestion. Maybe you feel like you're a really private person. I had someone tell me once they knew another person who said, I'm sure they wouldn't go to a potluck because they're very private. And I respect that people have different opinions, but I tell you what, getting out and getting to know your neighbors can be just a real healthy thing in building community. So if you're unsure about whether you should go to a neighborhood potluck, I think just give it a try, see what it's like. Now the second question is, should I host or help organize a neighborhood potluck? Some of you may be thinking, oh, I can't host, my house is too small or it's too messy or whatever. I totally respect that. But if you have a house that's big enough, like when we bought our house, one of the things we wanted was a more open floor plan. It's not completely open, but we have a big, you walk in and the right is the dining room and straight forward is the living room, and the kitchen's off in the corner, so you can run circles between the dining room, living room, and kitchen. So it's nice and open. And so, and I think people, you can be flexible too. If it's nicer weather, you can have people inside and out. If you can't host, maybe you could help someone else host. You could find someone that would be willing to open up their home. So I just want to address these two questions. We're encouraging everybody, as of the filming of this video, we're encouraging people October 12th, 2024 to go ahead and, if you can, host a neighborhood potluck, help host it. And even if you can't do a potluck with everybody, what if you maybe, invite your next door neighbor and just get to know them, or maybe someone down the street you've talked with. And I just want to back up a bit. And one more big tip. If you want to host a neighborhood potluck, one of the very best things you can do is get out and get to know your neighbors. Now in today's modern suburbs, you can go out and think about, I go walk down my street a lot, the streets in this neighborhood, there are 5 streets, I'll walk and like, where are all of the people? I see the nice houses and the lawns, where are all the people? Because a lot of times we're not out much at all in our front yards. In fact, there's someone that I was talking to recently that, he grew up in this area, talked about his grandma on her front porch. She'd be out there taking care of the green beans. Everybody come and sit and talk about the news, the day, whatever it may be. And he says, now he's seen that culture change. He doesn't go out in his front yard. He's in his backyard barbecuing with the kids in the pool. And, so it's just a different thing in culture. So we have to be really intentional to get to know our neighbors. But I know for me through the years, it's really been worth it to build that sense of community, to be there for each other and to get to know each other. And there's just sort of for me, it's a greater sense of peace and even joy when I feel like I'm really being intentional about getting to know people around me. So anyway, that's my thoughts about neighborhood potluck. Should you go to neighborhood potluck? Well, my answer is yes. And should you host or help organize? My answer to that is also yes, if you're able to do that. So if you have any comments about this, I'd love to hear your comments. You can leave a comment below, and any thoughts about that would be great to hear from you. So anyway, thanks for watching this video and have a great day.